Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. The following video is going to show you how to make these two fun fold Easter cards. This is the first one, and then here's the second one. Okay, so I used the Welcome Easter stamp set on both of them. They were filmed live on Facebook, so I tried to edit out some of the stuff, but not very much. Feel free to fast forward if you like. Okay, if you need anything, let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, so we'll get started. Good morning. This is Angie, and it is Wednesday, February 12th. Crazy. It's already mid-February. The project that we're making today is a fun fold card, and we are using the Best Dressed Designer Series paper. Again, I'm sticking with the Welcome Easter stamp set. I used it a couple days ago for this box. What was that, yesterday or day before yesterday? And so this is sitting on my desk, and when I came down this morning, I said, okay, I need to make a card really quick. It was sitting there. It didn't require me assembling anything. Yeah, so that's what we're using. And since we used the bunny Monday, so today we're going to use the little duck. And that's how I chose this paper. Is I thought this right here would be perfect for the duck. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to give you the measurements, but don't hold me to them until I confirm it. So when I edit the video, when we make the project, I did just create this literally an hour ago. Yeah, okay. So the first piece is So Saffron, and it measures 5.5 by 4.25. And I have two of those because one of them is going to be used to cut out our other pieces, okay? Another piece of So Saffron that is 5.25 by 7. I have some Whisper White for stamping, extras. And then I have another piece of Whisper White that is 4.5 by 3.25. The Best Dressed Designer Series paper is 3 by 3.75. And then our greeting is going to get stamped on this strip that measures 5/8 by 5, whatever. We're going to be whacking off half of it or part of it. And I have 3 in case I mess up, because I just want to be prepared in case I do. Okay, so I've told you the stamps. We're using these stitch shaped dies. We're using the squares. And then I'm using the layering squares dies as well. I'm going to be using the stitched rectangle for the inside, but you don't have to do this. You could just stamp right on the inside of the card, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. We're using the small balloon punch again with the leaf punch and the tailored tack punch. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is get the Simply Scored scoring tool. We have 2 pieces to score. The 5.25 by 7 So Saffron and the Whisper White that is 4.5 by 3.25. Good morning. Okay, so we're going to start with the So Saffron, and I'm going to score this at 4 inches. And then the Whisper White piece, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Whoop. Okay, get back in there. Okay, there's that one. Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and get the Big Shot out, and we are going to emboss this side with the Parisian Flourish embossing folder. I just absolutely love this folder. For those of you that have been around a long time, it kind of sort of reminds me of that vintage wallpaper one that we had. It's so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to position it in here where I want it, and then I'll grab the machine. I forgot to turn my lights on. Goodness gracious. No wonder I can't see anything. Holy cow. Now y'all will see what the difference is with 9 lights. Is that right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 lights versus no lights. Sorry about that. Brookie is sick this morning. She woke up throwing up, and so my mind is frazzled. I think I might have to go out there and help her. And it's snowing, and I don't drive in snow. Okay, so I'm going to take the Big Shot platform and lay this on there. There's no cutting pad under there. I'm using the blue cutting plate. Not sure what the real term for that thing is. So if you've had trouble with any of your embossing folders, you need the blue plate, okay? The new ones. Okay, look how beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, let me get this out of my way. Now I'm gonna burnish it with my bone folder. Okay, now we're gonna take this piece here and we're going to attach it just like that, okay? So I'm gonna center it in here. Okay, there's that part, okay? Now, we're gonna take our liquid glue and we're gonna add this layer to this piece. You can see that I didn't get that exactly straight. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, oh well, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna turn this over and put some liquid glue on the back. I think that's good. When I was trying to design this card this morning, I got glue all over myself. Okay, so just FYI, make sure when you attach this that you bring it all the way down. I didn't, so it exceeds the top up here a little bit. Now, we're going to take this piece of Designer Series paper and we're going to add it right on top there. I almost used that one, but I'm like, okay, I've used Purple Posy 2 times this week. I got to move on. I do love that color though. I've been going through my room, cleaning out all my stuff, you know, and I've kept every single swap card I think I've ever been given in my life, and every card that every person has sent me. You wouldn't believe the cards I've just donated. Anyway, this card was one of them that I found that I had received like years and years and years ago. Okay, so we're going to take Whisper White, and we're going to stamp him. I just cleaned him. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah. And then I'm going to stamp the greeting, Happy Easter. And what else am I stamping? Oh, I was going to stamp that inside piece. I'm not even sure I even brought it over here. That's okay. We won't even use that. We'll use the scrap that I didn't have to use. So this is the inside greeting. Same stamp set. Okay, let's see. So we're going to get the Big Shot out again, and we're going to cut out the layering, or the scallop square, and then we're going to cut this out. We'll color it after we cut it out. Okay, shift everything again. I think that's straight. Quack, quack. When I was a child, we used to get chicks and ducks for Easter. The local store would have them all colored, and oh my gosh, they were so cute. I think I've shared that with y'all before, that yeah, I think we had like every animal imaginable on that farm except for a llama. Okay, so now let's color. So I'm using the light and dark So Saffron and dark pumpkin pie. So we'll start with the dark. Our two ducks that we had the longest were Herschel and Petey. Whoops. We had goats too, and their names were Pickle Lily and Little Lily. And our lamb was a Lammy Pie. Okay, so I'm going to take the dark So Saffron and just add a little bit of dark. Well, I'm going to do a little bit more. And now the light So Saffron. I don't remember if I used the brush tip or I normally use the other tip. So cute, right? Okay, we'll turn it over and add some liquid glue. Take this piece and I'm going to cut out, whoops, sorry, I just hit my light, the leaf punch. Well, I keep hitting that light. What did I do with the scrap of the Whisper White? Don't know. Okay, Whisper White. Okay, so now we're going to get some embellishments out. So I am using, I'm curling the leaves in, and I'm going to take one of these Gingham Gala adhesive back sequins. Although the Gingham Gala paper retired and departed, we still have these in our catalog. Did I say that right? The Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. That retired, but these sequins did not. And they're so cute, and they have a bunch of colors, which is perfect for Easter. So I'm just placing that in the center, like that, okay? And then I'm going to take one of our pearls and add that in the center of that flower. Ruh-roh, where'd you come from? Wait, let me put this back in here. So I take those sheets that they come on, and I just add them to a piece of white cardstock and put them in my little file pocket. Okay, now we have our greeting. So I'm going to take the tailored tag punch and flag the end. I want to flag it a little bit more. There we go. That's perfect. Now this side over here, I'm going to trim with my scissors. So just, yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's get our dimensionals. This is going to go right here in the center. And then that's going to go down there. I'm just making sure. I went in lots of directions this morning trying to make this card, and so I was going to use the crinkle seam binding ribbon, but I don't know, something happened. It wasn't flowing for me, so I'm like, okay, scratch that. We're gonna use something else. So I used a glue dot to add my flower to the stem, and I'm gonna trim off that little extra part of the stem. So that's just going to get added down here at the bottom with a glue dot as well. And then this, so the card opens up like this, okay? And so I'm just going to add the greeting right inside. You can flag the end or not flag it. Actually, I think I just prefer to just, and it's actually, it needs to be trimmed, but oh well. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my removable adhesive that I've had for umpteen years. That way I can remove this later because it's not centered. So I don't want to leave it there. I'll replace it with a perfect straight one. Okay, so it goes like this. So happy Easter. And then you could put another white piece in here. You just don't want to exceed past that point, right? Isn't it cute? Okay, so is the little punch. Okay, so I'll look for questions now. So here's the one I made this morning. And open it up. And there's that stitched rectangle, which is also cattywampus. The thing is crooked, but it's still cute. So they're both crooked. Well, that one's not crooked. It's just got too much space. But now, this flower is the Small Bloom Punch. It is in the Celebration catalog, but if you'll look in the catalog, it says it's going to carry over. So it's the only item in our publication that's going to be carrying over. I'm so happy because I love it. I like adding a little flower as an embellishment. Okay, we are making a fun fold card today, and we are using the Welcome Easter stamp set along with the basket weave embossing folder, and we're using one of the items from the coordination product release, and that's going to be the Pleased as Punch designer series paper. Let's see, I don't think I have any housekeeping notes today. I just literally made this card, so I'm going to try to give you accurate measurements, but I will get my ruler out and measure everything and post it as soon as the video's done, so you don't have to wait and go over to my blog and get the measurements. I will post them afterwards. Yeah, I was scrambling a little bit this morning. Okay, so I'll get this out of the way, and I will give you a couple measurements that I know that are certain, and that is we're using Blushing Bride, and this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4, and this piece measures 11 by 2 1/4. And the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper measures 5 1/4 by 2, I think. No. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So I made sure those were right. Okay. These are for stamping. Yeah. Okay. So let's get the Simply Scored scoring tool, and we're going to take this 11 by 2 1/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2, just like tradition. Now, that's going to fit like that, okay? So we're going to take this piece, and we're going to emboss it. So I'm going to get the, hopefully my water bottle wasn't in the camera view. So I'm going to get the Basket Weave embossing folder and my Big Shot. Go ahead and place this inside here. I was up until, like, I don't know, I think I finally finished creating my project for the March Stampin' Anonymous, like at 11 last night, so I'm a little sleep deprived again. Okay, let's see. So Big Shot platform, and then 1 cutting pad, because this is one of those super thick embossing folders. And then now I'm going to take this one, and this might be overkill. I don't know. I just felt like doing it. I don't think I've ever embossed Designer Series paper, but as you can tell, we're going to be making a Easter project, so okay, there's that. So we're going to take this and put adhesive here. I hope I have glue. Okay, line this up at the bottom. And the benefit of using the glue is that we can shift this around, slide it around just a tad if we need to, if it's not straight. So I'm going to take my bone folder, and then now I'm going to burnish that edge. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper, and like I said, this is one of those product coordinations. Okay, get on here straight, please. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to stamp the, whoa. Don't be surprised by anything that happens today. I'm just going to say, I'm here. I'm not at the parade. It's snowing outside. I'm not freezing like all those other people. Although I have to say, my heart's kind of broken. I really wanted to be down there in Kansas City. But I would probably be sick for a month if I did that. It's too cold. Okay, so I'm stamping Happy Easter on the other side. It's okay if it's upside down. We're going to be cutting that out. And then I'm going to use a scrap to stamp Sweet Friend. There we go. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. So let's cut out all of our images. So he or she is going to get cut out with this. This is the Stitch Shape Framelits. And then we're going to cut out this one with this one. And then we're going to take the stitched rectangles and cut out the Happy Easter. So I'm going to get the Big Shot again, and we're going to cut those pieces out. And I need to make room for them. It sounds like I'm moving the whole house over there. It's just we're switching plates because this time we're using the magnetic platform, and last time we did not. I'm just going to do one. The way my day's going. Okay, here's the first one. I kept calling this paper the wrong name. So it's Blushing Bride. But those of us that have been around a long time, it used to be, what was it, Blush Blossom? So cute. I'm going to put all my dies back in their pocket so that I don't lose them. Now, we have all of these pieces. We want to cut out Sweet Friend. I'm using the classic label punch just because that gets me the perfect rectangle size. Okay, there's that. Let me tell you what I'm using. Light Petal Pink, Light Smoky Slate, and the Color Lifter, okay? So I'm going to start with the Light Petal Pink, and I'm going to color inside the ears, the nose, this little section here, and the pads of the feet. It's a very faint color, and that's really what I wanted. Light Smoky Slate. I'm going to go slow because I don't want to mess up. David called me yesterday, and he was in San Antonio, or he is in San Antonio, and it was like, I think he said it was 81. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 81 there, and I'm freezing to death here in 20-something degree weather. He said, I told you you could come with me. I'm like, I know, but maybe I should have, right? Isn't that cute? I'm almost done. I don't think I even need the color lifter. We can just lift a little out of the center of his face. I don't know why I'm calling it a he. Okay, so did I just get ink on that? I have ink all over my hands. I'm going to take this little sand eraser and remove it. I still have ink on my hand, so I was afraid if I tried to wipe it that I would get more ink on it. So hence the reason why I just blew all the papers. I'm trying to remember what I was doing. Okay, so we're going to add liquid glue down here to the bottom. Yeah, and this is going to get added just like that. I got mine on Amazon. Where did I put it? Did I hold it up? I ordered one on Amazon, and then I had a couple people that sent me one. So I have one here and one over at my other desk. So yay, I have 3 of them. Now we're going to take, let me wind this up. So we're going to take the crinkle seam binding. So we're going to do the same thing that we did with the, so the raccoon box that I made the other day, I used 2 pieces. Hold on, let me get a wet wipe. I have ink on my hands, and I don't want to transfer it to my card or to the ribbon, so we'll take a little short break for washing my hands. So the other day I used 2 pieces of the crinkle seam binding. So today we're going to use the polka dot tulle ribbon. I'm trying to tidy up just a tad. I looked at the screen and I was like, whoa, stuff's everywhere. Okay, so 2 pieces. So this is the polka dot tulle ribbon and the crinkle seam binding. And I'm going to make a bow. And this bow isn't, whoa, this bow is not going to be perfect. Did I tell y'all that school got let out today for the Chiefs parade? When the Royals won the World Series, I don't think they got out of school, so everyone had to not go to school and miss a day. But this time they did it right. They let the kiddos out of school. Although Brooke's in Emporia, so she can't come. Well, she's like me. She would not go out and stand in this weather, I don't think. I don't know. She went and stood in line the other night for Super Bowl apparel for the winners, so maybe she would. Okay, so now, isn't that cute? So I'm going to take a glue dot. Ruh-roh. Let's see if I have some. There we go. And then we're going to add this with a little mini dimensional. And I'm only going to add the dimensional to the right side. And then we're going to add a Whisper White layer right here. So I'm going to turn that over. Now we want the regular, no, I'm not going to pop that up. I was going to, but then I'm like, no, it'll make it too... It's already got 3 layers now. Okay, so I'm going to put one. This was the hardest part for me, was figuring out where to put these, the rhinestones. And I'm just like, I don't even know if this looks right, but it looks good to me, so I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm not sure what this card is. I was cleaning my stamp room this weekend and I found a swap card that someone had given me. It was using a completely different product, different direction. Have no idea what it was called or who the card was from. There's no name on it, but it was a cute idea and I wanted to make an Easter project. So here's... This is, oh look, see, I must have used the dark one on this one and I used the light one on this one. My bow's a little bit better earlier today. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining me and I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions about the product that I used or the links to those pockets, just send me an email or let me know. Okay. Thank you.